Here we go again, shall we? Alright, how you doing guys? This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to another Hydroneer 2.0 video, and today I'm going to be looking at this plot of land. Now, this was brought up in the Discord, and I helped the user there and then, but I sort of looked at it and just went, actually I could probably teach some people how to use this. The reason why I got this through is because I was told that the belts didn't work. So I have to go and turn on the pipe first, and then I can show you why they don't work and how we're going to fix it. So as you can see, he's been doing a lot of like digging on the surface and trying to make everything fit, but up here where he's got like this conveyor belt's not working, that conveyor belt's not working, and those conveyor belts aren't working, I'll run through why they're not working now. So number one, the reason why they're not working, and this goes back to real basics of like piping and so on and so forth, is that if you actually look at the pipes, they're not actually connected to the conveyor belt itself. They're just underneath the boundary, which is the feet. And because the belt doesn't come into because the piping doesn't come into this section, the conveyor belt won't work. So that would be his problem number one. So this one doesn't work. This one does. This one does. Let me just climb up here. That one does, and these ones don't as well. As you can see, the pipe is below the actual conveyor belt. So that's the main problem that we're having here. The other thing is that he's got the same problem here, where he didn't connect these up. And obviously we've got these weird sort of sections where he's got power chambers in, but I'm not really sure why they're here. Another thing that I'm not sure how he got here with doing what he did in like shards. We all know that by now that if you combine all your shards into a crucible or a smelter, you can turn those into shard bars, which basically takes every single one of these, turns it into a bar, and then you can put it into your tank and you're all good. So that's something else we need to work in as well. The rest of it, he's got sorting, he's got a few bits and pieces over here. He is actively using creative mode because of the cap. I didn't put it there. We've got an upside down hand sorter, so that's always quite fun to watch. And he's got this, but I wonder what this is. Oh, so he does have a smelter. So why is he not smelting shards? I mean, there's little piles of shards everywhere. One there, let's have a look, and one there. It's very, very strange, man, very strange. He's actively fishing. That's okay. This is weird. This is one of those things that gets to me a little bit, is he's nailed everything down, and that annoys the smeg out of me. We'll get rid of that. Alright. I can take this one off. Oh, yes, cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to try normalizing all this, which is going to be difficult, slightly. I might even try bringing he's actually at the right height to like bypass this hill as well, which is quite nice. The thing is I could probably work it onto this like area here. Now, all the water's going to come through this pipe here, and the reason why is because, well, that's where the filter is. The filter here, this is an infinite filter that you can get in creative mode. You can export this into normal mode, so go into a shop in creative mode, take one of these off the shelf, walk out the shop, change your game over to creative, and you can have the infinite filter, which means you don't even have to touch it. It's durable, it's 100%, it's all good, never ever goes down, never dies, don't need auto repair, don't need nothing, it just works, it's all good. So what I want to do now is, because we're aiming for this pipe work here, I want to basically change the way that he's got his pipes here. Now, obviously we all know at the time of recording, which is the 6th of June, what we can do is we can overclock these drills using a Cloutium tank. So that's what I'm going to do, and basically at some point there will be a fix. It will get fixed, and the T1 drill will just go down to 180% worth of pressure. But for now, I'm going to put this up. The other plus side is that it just means you're getting better stuff, and it's all good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to completely redo the back end of his drills, because I want to use this to loop into the actual conveyor belt as well, so everything powers off of one line. another fun fact, what you could do is I could do it so you have a cut-off switch around here, so if something does go wrong you can cut your drills off and still have the water power. We'll do that. Alright, cool. So because obviously he's locked everything down, I'm having to remove things as I go, because yeah, it's one of the things I don't, yeah, you know, things get, like, you get a little bit frustrated when things sort of, you can't do nothing because, well, reasons. So yep, it's all good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on all these drills, because now they're actually being locked in with the valve. It's literally just an auto cut-off. It's a cut-off switch, so that's all good. What we're going to do here is we're going to take this off this belt. This is the problem with sticking all this stuff together, right? When you hammer everything down and you want to change it around, you then have to unhammer it all just to change it around. A little bit annoying. Right, cool. Pipe. So we need a T-pipe. T-pipe is going to sit right on the end here. And what I need to do now is I need to bring this line in and use a tank right on the end here. The tank will then boost the whole line. I won't need to use tanks further on down the line as well. All good. So as you can see, belts are all running the right way and it's all grand. Our next thing we got to faff out and sort around with is, unfortunately, this bit, because this is another problem that is causing an issue. The reason why it's causing an issue is because the way it's all been set up, having all this dirt as well doesn't help. So I want to keep the same aesthetic for the user. The reason why is because if I mess around with it too much, then it's not going to be his build. I'd rather try and keep it as simple, redone, and it works. So what we want here is we want a couple of verticals to come up to this point, and then basically we just want to join it onto here. The downside is I'm going to have to remove everything from this point on to get it into the harvester. So this is all going to change like this. Right, so that's the piping. That is literally all that needed to be done. And but even throughout this entire pipe, because we're boosting the pipe there, once you've put all your Cloutium boosters on the actual intake, that one booster there will boost this line to 370%, which means the conveyor belts are going to be run almost like double time of what they are right now. The plus side to this is that by the time you get to the end, it doesn't really matter, you know. You're going to be running through a harvester, it's all good, you're fine and dandy. Just now need to put the, just need to put the meat on the bones now. All good. Right, I think that's basically all the belting done. So what I have done is I've replaced his gem polish, I've replaced the straight belts, I've replaced everything. The only thing that I was a little bit confused about is why there were so many like centralizers. You didn't need that many centralizers. But the last thing I want to do is I need to get a pan, because it bugs me a little bit. And the reason why is because all you need now is literally a pan, a magnet, and a saw, and a thingy. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a bit of a dullard. Okay, so that about wraps this one up. Basically, we've decreased the amount of pipes that he was using because that was killing him straight away. We've brought everything down into a more compressed line. His filter, which is an infinite filter, so doesn't even have to worry about repairing it, it's all good. I've basically changed up all of his tanks into the back of his drills, so it's a lot more of a simpler setup. The water pressure will run on its own specifically and not actually like trigger anything. Alright, so there you go. So the dirt will come up through here. Well, we'll just turn this on, shall we? So that's one load of dirt. Just going to watch it all come up the hill so there's nothing wrong. Jump up here, stand up here and watch. So like we've completely redone the entire piping. We've done the conveyor belts, we've done everything else. And basically everything else will find its way through. Obviously, the plus side to this is you can build your own sort of like platform here, you're smelting and everything else, and it's all good. Buckets aren't exactly the best way to go, but that's all I've got around me, and I'm not really going to do much else. And then sorting, you just expand out, take the cork off the line, put more pipes down, put more sorters in, and over time just evolve your build and be all good. But I think, in honesty, it's not bad. I mean, it's just a bit weird that there's this massive gap, and I'm not really accustomed from going up all the way down to this, but you know, it's someone else's build. I didn't really want to destroy the whole aesthetic of it just to sort of, you know, mess around with it my own way. So what I've done, I've just basically trimmed it all down, made it a bit more smarter, and now the user can go off and learn from this and hopefully produce something amazing in the future. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe and notification button below for all of the updates, and I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream or whatever else I do in this channel. Until then, thank you very much for kicking by. Peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Ah boom. Fist bump to you.